Alright, so if you have clicked on this video, then you're probably a B2B Martech SaaS company who's actually struggling to get those cold email campaigns replies and getting those replies booked into demo calls and eventually closing out those big numbers for you. However, if you're struggling with this pain, in this video, I'll give you the complete sauce that is existing at the moment and the sauce that we use for our clients to get those leads into replies, into demo calls, and then eventually close out those big numbers. In this video, I will completely share that prompt we use for our clients and get those demo calls booked in. For a quick reference, my name is Moise Khurram and I'm the founder and the CEO of Leadamax. We're a B2B SaaS focused company who's actually focused on just Martech. That's it. And we basically double your sales pipeline in just 6 months, and that is guaranteed. So how we operate? First of all, we get the ICP, then we send out multi-channel campaigns. We get those campaigns, we get the replies, we get those replies booked into demo calls, and eventually close out those big numbers for you. Without further ado, let's begin. It's actually going to be the personalized cold email template, and it will basically include the prompt as well. And this actually works for B2B Martech SaaS companies, and we normally use OpenAI and Clay to automate it. However, the thing is that in this video, I'll also share the same framework so that you can not only copy paste this prompt, but also make prompts according to your requirements. So hopefully you'll find it valuable. All right. So first of all, let's get something clear. The first line and some of the important components that you should always have to keep in your mind. For a quick reference, in terms of if you talk about prompt, your input is equal to your output. The better input you'll actually give, the better output you'll basically get, right? So these are some of the things that you need to have in mind to basically have the things off your list. So first of all, what you want to do is basically have a role, have a context, and the task you basically want to give, and the requirements. What are your requirements in terms of that? And you basically want to give instructions and example output, right? So the thing is that these are 6 really important points just to create a perfect prompt, right? So this is more like a prompt mastery class, or just consider that. So for a quick template, it's actually going to be, I want you to act as role, and then you're basically going to give context as well. I want you to XYZ task, like open LinkedIn profile and get XYZ requirements, right? Then you basically want to add requirements, then instructions and examples, because ChatGPT and ClayGen, they're really smart, right? But the thing is that they're kind of dumb. You just have to give it the input, you have to get the requirements and the output. How exactly do you want the output, right? So now we're actually going to craft the perfect prompt for Martech B2B SaaS clients, and this is actually going to be in terms of visiting the LinkedIn profile, and based on that, they'll basically get a perfect first liner message and the first initial emails, right? So we're just gonna get started, right? I want you to act as a B2B Martech SaaS outreach specialist. So I'll just quickly create the initial step that is in terms of the role and context. This line, right? I'm just gonna quickly create it, and yeah. All right, there you have it. I've just written it, and we're just gonna read it out. I want you to act as a B2B Martech SaaS outreach specialist, crafting personalized first lines to engage potential customers. Your primary goal is to create tailored opening lines referencing to the prospect's LinkedIn activity. It can be LinkedIn or company, to initiate a meaningful conversation and position our solution as a valuable asset for their growth. This basically targets the first line. I want you to act as role and context. Then what we want to do is basically write the task, and you're just gonna write, I want you to analyze. So it's actually taking too long, so I'm just gonna quickly write it. All right, so this is going to be the next point, and this is actually going to be the task. So what exactly we're going to do in task, we're just going to write, I want you to analyze the prospect's LinkedIn profile and craft a warm, professional and engaging first line. If recent posts or shares are available, reference them to showcase genuine interest. If no posts are visible, use their headline, role, or company description just to create personalized opening that ties into common Martech pain points. Yeah, don't worry, you don't have to take screenshots. I'll put the link into the description. You can just simply copy and paste the Clay template and just copy this prompt. Yeah, and so that is going to be, I want you to task. This line is completed. Then requirements and instructions. So next is actually going to be requirements and instructions. The thing is that requirements and instructions, they have to be really clear. So I'll just quickly write it and we'll get back to you. All right, so this is going to be the requirements. It really is like the perfect requirement we basically want to target if we are a Martech B2B SaaS and just to get more clients onboarded. So for a quick reference, for the first point, we're going to write reference LinkedIn activity. If a post is available, summarize the post in 10 to 15 words. Add an appreciative or insightful remark aligned with their message. However, just to be safe, we're going to write, if no posts are available, base your personalization on their link, on their professional headline, role, company achievements, or mission. We're basically going to write, highlight something unique or noteworthy about their company, role, or recent insights. Then we're going to write, incorporate a relevant Martech SaaS pain point in terms of your solution address, for example, lead conversion, pipeline bottlenecks, or engagement challenges. Then we're going to write tone and relevance. Use a warm, conversational, and professional tone and avoid generic or over formally language. We basically want to sound as much as humanly, because nowadays people know that everything has been automated. So you want to sound as much humanly as you possibly can. And then we're going to write, make the message feel natural and directly relevant to their field. Lastly, we're going to write accuracy and detail. Ensure the message is precise, free of errors, and well aligned with the prospect's profile. Accuracy is critical. This task must be completed meticulously as it directly impacts outreach success. I know we basically want to give really clear requirements in terms of what we actually need. Based on that, OpenAI, ChatGPT, or Claygen will actually get us the perfect results. Now I'm going to quickly write instructions and you'll be able to see it. So alright, so these are going to be the instructions. You're basically going to write in the first one, analyze the LinkedIn profile, start by reviewing their most recent posts or shared content. If no posts are available, examine their headline, role, or company description for noteworthy details, then craft the message, right? If a post exists, reference its main topic or highlight, add a genuine compliment or insightful remark, and then we're going to write, tie it subtly to a Martech SaaS pain point your product solves. If no posts are available, then we basically are going to complement their role, company achievements, or mission. However, then we're going to write, position your solution as a response to a company industry challenge. Number 3, format and accuracy. Keep the message concise, 1 to 2 lines, sentences maximum. Basically, in cold outreach, you want to sound as much human as you possibly can, and you basically want to be really concise but to the point. Nowadays, people won't have like 10 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes just to read a really long paragraph, and that is just full of fluff. So you want to be short, concise, to the point. Then we're going to write, ensure the personalization feels genuine, avoid automating like phrases. And if you're finding this video helpful, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more actionable strategies that will eventually help your B2B Martech SaaS business grow exponentially. And then we're going to write, ensure the personalization feels genuine, avoiding automation like phrasing, right? Then this framework is almost completed. So we have done the role and context and the task, requirements and instruction. Examples are just left. We're basically going to give examples how we exactly want the post to be, right? All right, so then we're going to give a heading of examples of output, right? If recent posts exist, all right, so these are going to be examples, and these are going to be some sort of results we're going to get. Just read your post about improving MQL quality, great insights. We have helped SaaS teams boost conversions by 30%. If you don't want something like this, you can simply change it. You can change the dash, you can add commas, it really depends. Because based on this output, the ChatGPT or Claygen is actually going to give you results based on this format, right? That goes so on and so forth. And if no posts exist, then it's basically going to write something like this. Noticed you are the VP of marketing at company. Are you exploring new tools to streamline your pipeline? Or it's going to be something like this. It's impressive how company is driving growth in Martech. Curious if lead conversion is a current focus, or so on and so forth. You can just simply read it. Yeah. Then we're actually going to write a final note just to be on a safer side, just to tell OpenAI ChatGPT to give us prompt really accurate, to give us the answer really accurate, right? So I'm just going to quickly write it. So basically now we have done the whole framework, almost the whole framework. I want you to act as role and context. I want you to do it XYZ task, requirements and instruction, examples. I'm just going to quickly write it. Accuracy. It's really important if you basically ask ChatGPT or XYZ tool to give you results based on accuracy. It will actually take time, and we've seen results based on this, and it make the answer really valuable and actionable. Make it 100% accurate and do not give me answers from any other sources. We're gonna write something like a bit too humanly. My job is dependent on this prompt and answer, so please make it as I have mentioned in the details. Instructions, requirements, and output. Another point, you basically want to make sure the copywriting you're actually doing, the punctuation is actually good, and you basically want to make the prompt once, because the thing is that we actually don't want to waste extra credits of Clay or any other. If you're using OpenAI, the paid version, you basically don't want to lose money. So you want to make sure that, because ChatGPT is completely different to Claygen. In ChatGPT is something like basically chat, you can just give the prompts again and again, and it will actually automate that, and it'll basically iterate that based on your prompts. But in Claygen, you basically have to be as much precise as you possibly can. So you basically want to write every single detail once, and then you're going to get the answers, right? So now we're actually going to simply copy the whole prompt, right? So we're simply going to go into our Clay table. What you want to do is add column, click on add column, add enrichment, and just write Claygen web researcher, right? You want to use that one, and you want to click on the model and just change it to Neon. So basically the thing is that there's a difference between Neon and OpenAI or ChatGPT. Neon is basically if you want to have a different set of columns or rows. Yeah. So in output you can have multiple sort of fields. It's basically really important if you want to target podcasts, if you want to get research in terms of podcasts, blogs, or you want to have from the website, right? You can write something like podcast, and you're basically going to enter that same into the prompt, podcast, or you can write something like blog video. Hopefully you get the idea. However, in terms of OpenAI, is something different. So based on that, it's actually going to be one response or one field. We can simply write response, or we can simply write first line email. Yep. Now we're gonna simply paste it, and I'm just gonna quickly see where exactly I can enter the LinkedIn profile. Alright, so one thing is that we're just going to write, here's the LinkedIn profile, right? Then you want to click backslash and LinkedIn profile. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're just going to double check if everything's perfect. Yeah, so everything's perfect. Now we're just going to click on save and run for five rows. So it's just loading. It's just taking a bit of time. We're just going to wait for that. So you can clearly see it has basically charted 0.5 credits, but it really depends on the prompt. It really depends on which of the option you're actually using. So and now we're just going to simply expand the column. Yeah. All right. We're just going to read it. So it's for Anne Handley, and we've got Ramesh Shah and everything. Yeah, it's just fine. So we're just going to quickly read it. As the Chief Content Officer at Marketing Profs, it's inspiring how you empower marketers with strategic insights in an ever-evolving landscape. I'd like to explore how our solutions can help enhance your educational programs for even greater impact. Wow. I mean, that's pretty impressive, right? So it basically mentions the job title. Yeah, basically check their profile, LinkedIn profile, and actually check the job title and basically mention the company, right? All right, so next we're actually going to read for David. And hi, David. Your leadership at Olo and Whitney Museum is inspiring. I'd love to explore how our Martech solution could further enhance customer engagement in your ventures. So the reason it basically represented Martech is you can actually mention your company. I've just blanked it out in terms of the company because I don't have a Martech SaaS company. You can just write your company name and it will basically show Martech, or it really depends. For example, just give any sort of example, right? So you just want to enter your company name, and that's pretty much it. So next we have Ramesh Shah. You probably know him. And notice you are the founder and CTO at HubSpot. Your work transforming inbound marketing has truly set industry standards. Are you focusing on enhancing lead conversion strategies to drive even more growth? I mean, it basically gives almost the whole email, right? So you're just going to enter in some of the emails, you're actually going to enter the name, and then you're just going to further proceed with it. And in the CTA, you can add something like open to learning more, or it's the same thing. You can, in the requirements, in the instruction, you can write something like, I want the CT as well, for example, open to learning more. So in that way, you actually won't even get the first line. You'll get the first line, second line, third line, and so on and so forth. You get the CTA. You can also write a PS line, and you can add quotes in it. So that's pretty much it, right? So that's pretty much it. Yeah. So these are basically the main fundamentals in terms of that. And if you basically click it and at a column, you can just add more details in it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can basically play around with it. All right. If we talk about playing around, you can simply change the model, right? How about we choose neon? Yeah. So we're just going to choose that, and let's see how results vary from that. Quick reference, I know Clay does look a bit like kind of too scary for some of the people. It's just like a spreadsheet, and you just have to read it. The thing is that all you have to do is import your leads in it. You have to enrich it. You simply export it, and that's pretty much it. And in order to export it, just click on actions and you'll be able to export it from here. Yeah, you can click, you can basically choose your CRM. You can basically choose smart lead, instantly. There are multiple options in it, so it really depends. Yeah, so we've got the results and we're just gonna see it. Impressed by your work as Chief Content Officer at Marketing Profs, training major corporations, and are you exploring ways to streamline content creation and boost lead generation from your valuable content? Yeah, so it really does depends on that. And I mean, if you want to get better accurate results, I would prefer you choose ChatGPT or OpenAI. However, Clayton Neon is really good at that as well, but it really depends on your criteria. And impressed by HubSpot's success in Martech space, Dharmesh, are you currently exploring ways to further optimize lead conversion and pipeline efficiency? Same as I've stated previously, you basically want to state into the prompt if you basically want to talk about the offer, if you want to talk about what value are you going to provide, you want to talk about case studies, you want to talk about the process, you basically how you guys operate. So that's pretty much it. And there you have it. This was a complete strategy, this was a complete prompt and the whole system that we normally use for our clients to get those reply rate cross through the roof, and you can implement this strategy into your system straight away. And if you want to discuss the strategies further, I've put my calendar link in description. You can simply check it out. You'll be able to book a free strategy session with me, and in that session we'll basically get to know what's your product, what are the main problems you're facing, and how exactly we can derive a perfect solution to overcome those problems and get the perfect results you're aiming for. So don't forget to subscribe and make sure you check out the calendar link in description. Until then, peace.